one of the largest supporters of abortion. It gives millions and millions of dollars to abortion across the U.S. Across the world, not just in the U.S.
That's because he cares. You don't get it.
So, I mean, you ask, why do they care so much about abortion? Well, it's connected to the pharmaceutical drugs and everything that they're doing to make themselves wealthy. So, I mean, and it's not just, not to mention, it's connected to the real root of all this is actually eugenics. Population control. That's the real roots of all this. So Bill Gates' father was on the board for Planned Parenthood. I don't know if you knew that, but long history of eugenics. And eugenics just that means good genes or good
genes.
Yeah. And so
gene selection, something like that.
Yeah. And so there's a documentary that my organization is coming out with. It's called the 1916 Project. So if you go to the 1916project.com, we're about to blow the lid open.
The trailer
on all
gave
of
me
this.
goosebumps.
And so what Seth, and he's done amazing research on Margaret Sanger and these eugenicists, but he basically roots all of this in neo-Darwinism and it's social Darwinism. So the idea is the survival of the fittest, right? So if you take the survival of the fittest to its logical conclusion, if we're just monkeys and animals, right? Well, then
and before that you were just a dust.
Yeah. So not every human race is equal on the whole spectrum of the evolutionary process. And so part of the architects of everything that we're seeing, in fact, Hitler got a lot of his ideas of eugenics from American eugenicists. Margaret Sanger influenced Hitler so much that the term Untermensch was a word the Nazis used, the underman, the less desirable. It was like this person that's not fully human. They were called Untermensches. He got that from Margaret Sanger, who called them the underman. These people that are life not worthy of life, you know, and so that's how she saw.
She impressed him.
Oh yeah, she impressed Hitler.
You imagine what kind of human being you have to be to impress Hitler?
Yes, exactly. And so he started using a lot of her rhetoric. Her and then Lothrop Stoddard, a lot of people that were leading eugenicists that founded this movement, put in the seeds that are now coming to root with Planned Parenthood. I mean, if you think about the fact that Planned Parenthood has killed 40% of the Black population.
And these are facts.
12 to 13% of the population is committing 40% of the abortions. Margaret Sanger had something called the Negro Project, which was her project to use Black ministers to squelch the kind of dissension among the ranks of the Black community as to what her real plans were. And she put targeted birth control centers, which later became Planned Parenthoods, into low-income Black and minority populations because she quote unquote, we do not want it to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, and the Black minister is the one who can sort it out in case that idea becomes rampant or in some of its more rebellious members, is quote unquote what she said. So she had a targeted effort to basically exterminate low-income minorities, disabled people that are not worthy of life in her eyes. That is the legacy of Planned Parenthood and Margaret Sanger. So